All right, ladies and gentlemen, this guy's a catalyst for constant improvement and a cultivator of human potential. As an international professional speaker, trainer, and best-selling author. He actually showed me his biography or his sort of resume moments ago, and it was like 5 pages long. I just recapped how amazing this guy is in 2 sentences. Ladies and gentlemen, speaker, trainer, sales guru, Bob Urichuck.
Thank you, Dylan. By a show of hands, how many of you would like to increase your personal and professional performance by 200%? Excellent. How many of you would like to learn the 2 words on which you could build a solid foundation that guarantees you business and personal success? Excellent. And how many of you would like to take control of your life and your business and live the life of your dreams? Great. You're in the right room, and I've got less than 10 minutes to help you discover these 2 words. But before I get started, I would like to see Jared, all the volunteers, all the sponsors, and all the speakers stand up, and let's give them a hand for putting this together. Now let me ask you a question. They put all this work into this for who? For you. Give yourselves a hand for being here and continuous learning. Now, let's get started. What are some things in life that we have no control over? No control. Mother Nature. Go get yourself a poster out of the bag, please. Time. We can't control time, yet time is our most valuable asset. More valuable than money. Money comes, money goes. Time just goes. Go get yourself a poster. Thank you for participating. By the way, these 2 people, did they take a risk? Taking a risk is a good behavior. Okay, what can you make sure, what can we do to make sure that behavior gets repeated? We recognize and reward them. Any behavior that gets recognized or rewarded gets repeated. So you want to make sure that you're always recognizing appropriate behaviors. And you're going to see how this all comes back later on. All right. So we can't control time. We can't control Mother Nature. We can't control the weather. We can't control traffic. Why do we let these things upset us on a daily basis? If we can't control it, what should we do? Accept it and let it be. However, the more important question is, what is under our control? Us. Now, when you say us, define us. Me, yes, I agree with you. You're in control of you, but what parts of you are you in control? Your actions, very good. Your thoughts, excellent, because your thoughts of today are your tomorrow. Your feelings, keep going, you're getting hot. And my behavior. Your behavior, that's good. Sorry? Your emotions. Your responses, how you react to people. But there's one thing that dominates it all. And it's 100% under your control. Sorry? Mindset, and mindset is part of your attitude. Good answer. Can I give you a double bonus? Come and pick a book. Okay, attitude is the first word. Now, what is attitude? Attitude is a reflection of yourself. It's that person standing 5 feet in front of you. People pick up on your attitude really quick. Now, is it not 100% under your control? What you think about is what you get. How do you talk to yourself? Is it positive? Is it negative? You see, your attitude comes from your beliefs. Do you believe in your organization? Do you believe in your business? Do you believe in yourself? Because your attitude will reflect your beliefs. Your attitude comes from your beliefs. Your beliefs drives your attitude. Your attitude determines the actions you'll take. The actions you take will determine the results you get. So we have to take care of attitude. And what you just did was discover the first word in the 2 words. If you take a look at attitude, it's 100% under your control. You take the letters of attitude, A being letter 1, in the numerical value, T being letter 20. Add it all up. Attitude is not only 100% under your control, it's what's going to make 100% difference in your bottom line. Would you agree? Attitude is the foundation of all successful people. When was the last time you did an attitude check? And I'm not going to spend much time on attitude because it's the next word that I find is lacking. And it's the reason why I brought this up this evening is because it's a new year. And on that, I wish you all a happy new year and a happy 150th birthday to Canada as well. What do you think the second word is? That will give us another 100%. That's 100% under our control. Yet we all are lacking in this area. And if there's one thing we could do is apply it and make a difference. Discipline. Good answer. Discipline is the answer here. And let's take a look at that. Now, how do you define discipline? Okay, controlling what you do and how you do it. Let me ask you a question. Who's the most important person in the world? Good answer. There's your special gift. Who is your greatest enemy? You're going to get this one. Basically, it's a compact mirror. On the outside, it says, look inside. What do you see? You open it up. The top says, the most important person in the world. The bottom says, or the greatest enemy in the world with a big red X. You have to learn how to accept or reject what goes into your mind, and that's how you control your attitude. Discipline is a commitment to the most important person in the world. It means doing what you have to do, even when you don't want to do it. The trick is, whenever a behavior gets recognized or rewarded, it gets repeated. So if you say to yourself, you're going to do 10 calls today, and you do 10 calls, what do you need to do? Reward yourself. Okay, that's the idea. That's the way you get it repeated. Now, discipline works in many different ways. First thing I want to make sure you understand is, what's your most productive time of your day? Morning, noon, or night? A lot of people are morning, exactly. Now, what would happen if you dedicated 1 hour of your most productive time to the most important person in the world each and every day and made that one of your daily disciplines? What would happen in your life within 30 days? Things would start to happen. You get the idea? So that's what we want to do. So what we need to do is also take a look at this. You see, I used to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning, have a cup of coffee. When I realized I was a morning person, I dedicated the first hour of my day, 6 to 7, to Bob. I call it Bob time. Bob does something for Bob to help Bob get where Bob wants to go. Now, at 7 o'clock, what's my reward for doing what I said I was going to do? My first cup of coffee. How much more do you think I enjoy that cup of coffee now that I've earned it? And as I drink that cup of coffee, I give thanks for the fact that I could have a cup of coffee when there's millions of people around this world that can't get a clean glass of water. And you wake up with you carry on your day with a day of an attitude of gratitude. 7, 8 o'clock, I do exercise. 8 o'clock, what do you think my reward is? Breakfast. And again, I give thanks because I think right here in our own community, how many kids are going to school hungry every morning? And again, you give thanks and you start to have more of an attitude of gratitude. And of course, throughout the day, I used Singapore and Dubai as my hubs for 15 years. I used to do 30 days a year in the air. I've trained people in over 45 countries, and I got to know a lot of different cultures. And I'm very thankful for that experience. But one of the things I did, and I can remember this in Singapore, sharing the stage with Robert Kiyosaki and Tony Robbins' wife, I'm forgetting her name right now. As it turns out, 10,000 people in the audience, and I said, I will give everybody free email coaching with a guaranteed 24-hour reply. What does that take to do something like that? It takes discipline. It takes commitment. Nobody was offering that, but I did because I knew that it would work, and it did work. Now, it takes 24 hours to fly from Singapore back to Ottawa. I get back home. I'm dead tired. I haven't seen my wife maybe for 5 or 6 weeks. All I want to do is go to bed. But what must I do before I go to bed? I got to reply to all those emails. Now, what's my reward at the end of the day for doing everything I said I was going to do that day? I give myself permission to have a good night's sleep, and every night I have a good night's sleep. You got to look at your rewards. What are the things you're going to do? So what we do, you all set goals. Take your long-term goals, break them down. Take your annual goals, break them to quarters. Take quarters, break them into months. Take your months, break it down into weeks. Take your weeks, break it down into days. And define your daily disciplines. Because if you have the attitude to be disciplined and you put the two together, you increase your performance by 200%. And these two words are the 4 steps to success. Attitude, the foundation. Behavior, the bottom line, the things that you need to do on a daily basis. And this is where discipline kicks in again. And then the competencies. Being competent to sell, being competent to communicate, being competent to attract buyers to you. And of course, it all ends up with discipline. Now, to help you a little further, you could go to our website, and I'll share this link with you in a moment, and you could download what we call the monthly monitor chart. This will help you go through. Every year at New Year's, we get interviewed on this by a lot of media because people around January 11th start to give up on their New Year's resolutions. This monthly monitor chart has the numbers 1 to 31 across the top, down the left-hand side. What would happen if you reviewed your goals 3 times a day, every day? You would accomplish them. And then you have your affirmations. And the lower part of the form, you have your 3 goals. What are your top 3 goals for the month? And what are the 3 things you need to do each day? And you give yourself a check mark as you do it. If you don't do it, you leave it blank. It's just like if you wake up late tomorrow morning and you didn't do your Bob time or your power hour, you don't reward yourself, you punish yourself. If I miss Bob time tomorrow, I miss coffee. Get the idea? So it's a reward punishment. So this form is there. All you can do is go to bobu.com. You can download a goal log. You can download the monthly monitor. We also have velocityselling.com, my newest book, and it's a sales training program. It's all about being buyer-focused, not me-focused. And, of course, you can get 7 days of free sales training there. So in my 10 minutes, you can get a lot more out of 7 days there. And then, of course, explore your life. If you really want to master discipline and attitude and your vision and your goals, get outside in nature. The Adventure Coach will get you there and help you do that. So explore at theadventurecoach.com. And on that note, I want to leave you with 10 of the most famous 2-letter words in the English language. Rarely spoken like this, but I want you to get it. I think you've got the 10th word. I'm going to give you the 9 other words. You yell out the 10th word. If it is to be, it is up to. You got it. Thank you and have yourselves a great evening.